Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. As I always like to say, I think there we go. Perfect. We're on slide one. So, just a few notes that I want to bring up before we dive in. This is going to be an awesome post expo webinar. And the reason why I say that, number one, on Friday was an unbelievable, amazing day for all of us, the carriers, vendors, agents. We had a record number of attendees. The feedback has been just out of this world from you all, and it was the best expo to date by far. And I personally wanted to thank every single agent that works with us in any capacity, even if you were there or you weren't there, doesn't make a difference. Because of the relationships with each and every person out there, we were able to put on an event like we did on Friday. So thank you so much. And hopefully, if you weren't there, you will make sure that you register RSVP and you're at next year's event. And in between, obviously, we have these weekly live training webinars, and we also have our local breakfast trainings as well. And then if you have an agency, let's say you have a couple agents under you, whatever the case is, doesn't really matter. We will set up a custom webinar just for your group and dive into as much or as little as you would like us to share. And that's life or annuities. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind as well. It's our pleasure to dive in and help you all make sure that you're doing the best you can in this business. Okay, so this is, like I said, very special webinar for us. We're also going to send this out over the weekend. The reason why I say it's special, I want to make a few introductions because we rarely do this. So real fast, we have Kerry Levinson, my father, president of Levinson, who's going to be joining us in just a second. Andrew, our marketing VP, RJ Breen, our life and annuity brokerage manager, and Ashley Bradbury from the annuity side. She's our annuity VP. She's on as well. So what we're going to do is we literally had 14 carriers, total of 16, including our vendors. So 16 total co-sponsors for the event. And we decided we're going to break this up into 1 hour today and then 1 hour next Thursday. And then each marketer, okay, including myself and Kerry, we're going to take a piece of the presentations and we're going to dive in and share with you all throughout the next 60 minutes here. So we're also going to do a giveaway at the end. So whoever answers our question, which is in the slides first and correctly, wins Apple AirPods and the Tim Grover Relentless book. Okay, which by the way is amazing. And the entire strategy concept hashtag for the expo was relentless. In fact, I'm going to show you a video in a couple more minutes. Okay, and this was our actual expo introduction video that kind of launched the whole day. And I thought it was amazing. It's about 5 to 6 minutes long, and you're going to see Tim Grover's personal message to you all. And by the way, if you're scratching your head saying, who is Tim Grover and what does he have to do with our business? The answer is he has nothing to do with our business. He is and was Michael Jordan's life coach, Kobe Bryant's former life coach, Dwayne Wade, and he wrote 2 New York Times best-selling books, Winning and Relentless. He is an amazing author, amazing coach. And after you read his book, you're going to understand the big why and the purpose behind all of this. Okay, and I want you to shoot me an email after and tell me what you thought of his book, by the way. If you want to listen to it on Audible or read the physical copy, I just would love to hear from you and hear your thoughts on that. Okay, we have a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of new platforms, technology, carriers, concepts, all the above. So I want to jump right in and make sure you have your notes out with a pen or your notes app and make sure you're writing down notes, questions, comments. We want to hear from you. We want to make sure that every minute spent during this next 50 minutes or so is time well spent, or use that Q&A box. We have a question panel, so you can type away. We will get to you as soon as we can, and I promise we'll get to every single one of you right after we finish in about 50 to 60 minutes here. Okay, so Kerry, my father, wants to say a few words, and then I'll take it back, and we're going to launch the video. Kerry, you there?
I'm here. Thank you so much, Bill. Greatly appreciate it. And good afternoon, everyone. First thing I want to say is if you were at our expo, hopefully you'll agree that it was the best and biggest event we ever had. It was incredible. It was amazing. Just a full day of sales ideas and sales concepts, and just a fantastic day. Also, again, hopefully you did walk away, if you were at the expo, you did walk away with at least one concept or one idea to help you to elevate your practice. That's the backbone of the expo. What do we have to do to help you grow your business? Okay. If you were not there, if you were not able to attend the expo, we're going to recap it for you today and show you much of what was shown at the actual event. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. We have a lot to cover, as Bill said. And just thank you so much for joining us today. And again, the idea is that hopefully in 1 hour, you will walk away with something that will help you make more money and help you to help your clients achieve the financial position they want to be in. So with that, Bill, I'll turn it back over to you and let's get started.
Great job, as always. Thank you for that. And I just saw a few comments come in, and some agents just asked about, did we record the expo? And the answer to that is because of the carrier's compliance department, we cannot legally record the expo and then broadcast it. So that's the reason why we're doing this part one and part two expo recap webinar training. So if you weren't there, you're going to get all of the same bullets, just like as if you were sitting there on Friday. So that's the reasoning behind it. Also, I had another question come in about the book. So Tim Grover's book, Relentless. What I'm going to do is, you asked me about a copy. So anyone that goes onto our Facebook page, okay, or our Google page for Levinson and Associates, leaves a review or comments, okay, I will send you a copy of Tim's book, Relentless, on us, complimentary. So everybody's a winner, okay, but you have to share on our Facebook page or on our Google reviews page, which we'll send out in the thank you email tonight, by the way. We'll have links for all of that, plus all the brochures we're going to touch on today. We're doing 7 carriers today and then 7 carriers next week. So again, we're going to break it in half, 50-50. What I want to do now is I want everybody just to sit back for 5 minutes, make sure your volume on your computer or whatever device you're on, iPad, volume is turned up, because we're going to play our 5-minute Expo introduction video, and then we're going to take the wheel back and dive in to the top presentations of the day. Andrew? deal for us. And again, this all would never happen without our agents. So it's like an extended family. It means so much to us. What I want to do now is we're going to shift gears and jump right into the annuity section. So for all of you listening, if you've never written an annuity before, or if you're a veteran in the annuity space, we're here to help you. Okay, Ashley, RJ, Josh, they will hold your hand every step of the way. Without further ado, I'm going to have Ashley jump in and review the top bullets from Friday's event. Ashley, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Bill. So I just wanted an overview of our annuity carrier portfolio. We have over 32 annuity carriers, so we do have a wide variety for your clients. We also market fixed indexed annuities, single premium immediate annuities, traditional annuities, and MIGA annuities as well. So please keep that in mind. We do not market variable annuities, just fixed annuities over here. And on the next slide, I wanted to go over our top annuity rates. We have had a lot of changes this week, even since the expo almost a week ago. Right now, our top 2-year rate is with Clear Springs Life, 2 years for 4.5%. And then going down to our top 5-year rate, that is 5.35% with Nassau Life. So please make sure you are registered to get our weekly annuity alerts so that you can stay in tune with all of the upcoming rate changes and our top MIGA rates each week. And we do have a new annuity tool that is available to all of our annuity agents on Annuity Rate Watch. You can now put in your current annuity information, your client's current annuity information, and compare it to a replacement product to see if it would actually perform better and if it would be compliance approved as well. So this would give you an idea if your client's current annuity is in a good position to replace with maybe a better product. It might have a bonus to offset any surrender fees. It might have a higher fixed rate than what they're currently offered, or higher caps and participation rates. This is brand new. We have only had this for a week. So any agents that are registered on our site can utilize this. And if you're not sure how to navigate through our annuity search engine, just give us a call and we can help you with that. And we do have training videos as well. We can send you on how to utilize that system. And also, just a reminder, if you do have our agency automator, there is also an annuity side to that. So we do have a free annuity landing page available to all agents. Anytime you send this out to clients, consumers, whatnot, they will get to see that free annuity landing page that has a video that explains why annuities are important, why they're safe investments. At that time, the consumer can input their information to request a free annuity brochure. Once they do that, that information goes over to the agent as a new lead, and then you would get the free brochure to share with that consumer and basically to contact them to reach them out for a possible annuity sale. And also, just a reminder, we have our free 5-day Margaritaville cruise going on right now until May 31st. So we're about in the last month of this incentive. If you write anywhere from 7 to 14-year FIAs, either one or more, with a total premium of $500,000 or more, you will qualify for this. So please make sure that you do enter to win. Just in case you meet the qualifications for that. And next, I just wanted to go over some of our SILAC products. SILAC did speak at our expo. So the Vega product has a multiplier on their index side. So if you do have a client who is interested in the highest income that they can get, this could be a possible good product for them. The Teton product on the top left, we utilize that for accumulation. Right now, the top first-year rates on that are up to 4.75%. It has good caps and participation rates as well. And they do offer both premium or bonus and non-bonus products on the Teton. So your client could get a bonus up as high as 10% on the Teton. On the Denali, this product offers a free income rider. So how that works is whatever interest your client earns, they match that over to the income account value to help their income grow. So that way they can plan for the retirement years. And then when they're ready, they can turn on that income for the lifetime income payments. And there's also bonus and non-bonus products on the Denali as well. But just remember, there is no charge on that. So it is a free income rider on that product. And then next, I am going to get it back over to Bill.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. So, and we all know what's going on right now with interest rates, and we know there's a lot of moving parts. Rates are changing almost daily. Rely on our team, okay? Between, like I said, Josh, Ashley, RJ, over 70 years of home office and brokerage experience in the annuity space. So pick up the phone and if you've never written an annuity, I promise you they're here to help you. Okay? They will do every single thing for you except literally make the sale and speak to your client. Okay, so just keep that in the back of your mind, and let's jump right in here. So in the morning of Friday, so about 9 o'clock a.m., the way we structured this is Levinson and Associates had our presentation, which ran for about 45, 50 minutes. And then we had some of our tech partners, vendors come on stage with us. So what I wanted to do with the webinar today is just kind of give you an overview so you have a feel for our presentation, okay, and then I'm going to turn it over to RJ and Andrew, and they're going to jump into the carrier presentations. When we're talking about Levinson and we're talking about April 21, right, why we did all this, the meaning behind it, right, and Tim Grover, you just saw his personal message to you all. In fact, he would have been our keynote speaker, but he had a prior event scheduled, so there was not much we could have done. But anyway, turned out great, and he did promise me next year he was definitely going to make time. So anyway, real fast, what I like to do on the weekly webinars is just kind of share, if it has to do with personal mindset, with strategizing and business, marketing, whatever it is. I always like to share podcast, book, maybe a life coach, any little nuggets, right, that will help you in your daily practice. So what happened is, it's been probably 6 to 8 weeks ago, we had a weekly webinar, and I was listening to this book, and this is Relentless, Tim Grover's book, and I was blown away by the information that he was sharing, the stories, right? The personal stories with how Michael Jordan became who he is, and the struggles, and all the pluses and the minuses. And it was unbelievable. And it was all about maximizing your ability as a person, as a human, right? Doing the best you can in life, okay? So, the next day I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, I need to share this with our agents, because I always think about, you can have the best products, the best commissions, right? 282% and the cheapest term and the best IUL and best high paying annuities and everything else. But if you're not in the right mindset, right? If you're not in a good place mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, then you're not going to make many sales, because the consumers can feel that and hear that. It doesn't matter if it's through a call, if it's face to face, live. You have to be in the right place. You got to be positive, glass half full, right? So I wanted to share the book, which I did, and one of our agents was listening on the other end, and he was participating in the webinar. And a few days after that, he sends me an email, And this was I didn't want to share the personal stuff and his full name out of respect to Scott. But this is part of the email. And when I saw this, it literally gave me the goosebumps. And it just, kind of proved to myself that our agents are out there. They're listening. They're in the trenches every day. And this truly changed Scott's life. Okay. And just real quick, if you look at the slide, I'm not going to mention every single word. But what he talks about here is how he was intrigued when I mentioned the book Relentless. So he downloaded it to listen on Audible. Okay, and I'm going to scroll to the bottom here. The decision was easy to make. Once Relentless put the reason squarely in my face as to why I was holding back. Okay, so he was a career agent, okay, pretty much captive and did a little bit on the side. And this book put him over the edge, okay? And next thing you know, he put in his 2 week notice, and now he is 100% focused on brokerage, independent brokerage on the life and annuity space. Brilliant guy, and since this email, he's been literally off to the races. Not just business premium, okay, and applications, but personal, mentally. He's in a better place. So this meant the world to me. And I was like, you know what? I have to share this, right? With all of we have 22,000 agents out there. And then as I was thinking about it more, I'm like, relentless, right, is what this day should be about. It's what the expo is about. It's what we all need to be about, right? There's been so much going on with the recession, the economy, and then we had COVID, right? The ups and downs the last few years have been nuts. So the whole purpose is you have to be in the right place, right? And then all of a sudden the chips kind of fall into place after that happens. But I feel like it starts with you. And we all know that. You have to look in the mirror. It's enough. Words don't mean anything. It's action plan. And that's exactly what this is about. And that's why I was so excited to have Tim's message and everything else. Okay. So now you kind of understand the angle. So let's go to the next slide here. Speaking of relentless, this is a friend of mine. His name is Burchard Perryman, plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And what's so neat about this, I met Burchard from, we do these like car rallies and stuff. And I met him from the events that we go to. And great guy. Burchard is 29 years old, and it turns out he plays with Tom Brady. Okay, right before Tom's retirement, and he caught the 700th touchdown pass record from Tom Brady. Okay, that was the actual pass right there. That's the picture you're looking at. So I've been telling Burchard, I'm like, hey, I got to get you on my podcast. Obviously, insurance agents have nothing to do with the NFL, but it doesn't matter, right? Going back to my words, it's about mindset, right? It's about being positive. It's about doing whatever it takes every single day with no shortcuts. And that's exactly why Burchard is in the place that he's in today as a professional NFL player, right? And literally helping Tom Brady create this new world record, 700th touchdown pass. So finally get him. I'm not going to bore you with the whole story that I did at the expo, which kind of took a little while, but I just want to give you the 100-foot overview here. Anyway, long story short, finally he says, Bill, let's do it. So about a week before the expo, we record the episode. It was amazing. One of the best episodes we ever did, period. Out of 50 episodes, I do these every single month. And I couldn't wait to share it with him, and I wanted him to proof it first. So anyway, I go to find the actual recording in the No Note software, which is a common podcast software program that most podcast hosts use. Anyway, turns out the recording they cannot pull from the server. So I'm calling the 800 number. It's saying, I see the recording online on the screen, but you can't pull it and transfer it over, right, to publish it on all the podcast channels and stations that we're on. So I felt terrible. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I have to redo this? How am I going to tell him this? And I'm thinking about it. I was so upset because I wanted to also talk about it at the expo. So a few days before the expo, I'm like, thinking about it more, and I'm like, how can we turn this into a positive, right? Because it's a horrible story. I mean, how positive is this? So it turns out that night I called Bershad. I'm like, I got to just be honest and transparent and tell him. I tell him what happened. He says, Bill, not a big deal. He says, we'll do it again in a week or two. He goes, in fact, I know we were talking about the Tom Brady record and how I caught the pass. He goes, listen, I'm friends with Tom Brady. I'll ask him to join as well. And the three of us can record a podcast, even if he's on for 5 minutes. I said, Bershad, are you kidding me? That would be insane. So anyway, we hung up the phone and I was like, this is a positive and I need to share this with our agents because how many times as agents do you get the door closed in your face or hung up on, right? And you say to yourself, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Maybe this industry is not for me. How do you get back on the gas, get back out there, pick up the phone again or go on another appointment, right? Goes back to being relentless, positive mindset. You try again. You go back out there. And if you fail, you go out and try again until there's success. Okay? They say there's no such thing as failure, right? Unless you die. There is no failure. Okay? Because you're learning along the way. So, anyway, I thought this was a great lesson how a minus turned into a plus. And I wanted to just share that quickly with you all. Okay, the next slide, real fast. This is Big Jerry. So Jerry, and this was my point here. This is on our Facebook page, which, by the way, I hope you like and follow and share your comments. Jerry is leveraging the Levinson tools and tech and platforms. Okay, Jerry's also 91 years old. This was him in the conference room, dropping off life annuity applications. Okay, successful guy still being relentless at his age. So my point behind this is, right, for those of you listening, if you're 17, if you're 48, if you're 71, if you're 91, there's no excuse. Okay, you can do it. Obviously, it starts with you, right? Leverage our platforms, our tech, spread the word. Don't be shy about what you do. Share these stories. Start a YouTube channel, whatever. You can call it Long Term Care Tuesday, IUL Friday. Get the message out to the masses. Everybody should know what you do. And if Jerry can do it, so can you. Okay, no more excuses, folks. Because why? We're all relentless, right? Hashtag relentless. Let's keep moving. So real fast, what I wanted to talk about is you all filling your wheelbarrow, okay? Walking away at the end of this webinar or the expo with a wagon full of tools and tech that you're going to try. Even if you fell on your face before, you're going to pick yourself up and try again. Okay, so real fast, some of these bullets I wanted to mention. And Show Me Now Direct, if you don't have your platform up and running today, it's free. Okay, you're riding a horse around New York City in reverse in 2023. Okay, which shouldn't exist. So get the platform up and running. Beth is here to help. We have our Ringy CRM tool. They just lowered the price, $49.99 a month for the first 6 months. And we're the only IMO that has that discount, 55% off. The scorecard, this is a great tool. And you basically log into the website, okay, you click top right-hand corner, and you see all of your business and all of your agent's business in a snapshot, life, annuities, past business, what fell off, what's declined, postponed, everything at your fingertips free. eGenius Underwriter, okay? This is kind of like the X-ray underwriter on steroids. You basically put in as little or as much information as you have, and the system will tell you what products, what carriers, premium is best for that client. You can also do all of this from your smartphone as well. E-requirements. Remember the old days, snail mail, you needed a scuba questionnaire filled out. Now everything is online. You can check there's a red and green light, just like a traffic light. Everything happens in real time. And again, it's free for Levinson agents. Agency Automator, there's the life and annuity side. Ashley touched on that. These are things, this is free, by the way. There's a $9.99 a month hosting fee, okay? But it's free, okay? Literally, there's a database in there, free website, quoting engine, ironclad vault. Think of the old school safe deposit box, right? At First Union Bank, 1987, okay? This is the new version, Okay, it's all online, digital, secure vault for your clients to keep all of their life insurance, annuity information. When they pass, their beneficiary gets an automatic ping in real time, giving them access to Aunt Betty's vault with all of her information there, pictures, passwords, all the above. Okay, how many times did you get the call? Oh, I think my uncle had a life insurance policy, but he's passed now, and I don't know what company it's with. Well, this will give you a new solution, and you can give this out to your consumers. Sage Scholarship Growth. So we have over 460 colleges now, over 10 carriers, literally almost 100 products now, all come free with a 1-year scholarship. The Annuity Rate Watch software, free for all Levinson agents. And the bottom there, we have literally, think about this for a second, 1, 2, 3, 4 quoting engines. Okay, we even have one you can use just for consumers to drive traffic. It's all free. Okay, with health analyzers built in. All right, let's keep moving along. Our new website. Great timing because this is launching tonight. So tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you will see the Levinson brand new, refreshed, revamped website. Never been done before. Okay, we have a search bar now. You can go in. You can say, okay, premium finance, life settlement, everything related to your search is going to pop up in front of you for consumers, for yourself. We have facts, we have letters from LIMRA, NALBA, anything you need to know. It's very easy, very user friendly now. You're going to love the new site and the mobile app refresh as well. Tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, check that out. Next up is Ringy. They launched some awesome new technology at our expo, and most important, they lowered the price again, 55% off for Levinson agents only. And if you say, well, hey, I'm not so sure about this yet, I want to kind of dip my toe in the water and try this out, see what it's about. 2-week free trial for Levinson agents, no obligation. Okay, so definitely Ringy is the way to go. Think of you're an agent out there, you have a big bucket of consumers, prospects, clients, neighbors, family, all the above, right? How do you get the word out to all of these people, right, through a campaign every week where they can just click and schedule an appointment with you through your shared calendar, through a text or an email, right? How do you keep all 1,000 people in this bucket sorted out, organized? You got to keep your name in front of them with these different messages and marketing. Ringy does that for you. And I know, by the way, I know it works because we use it for agents. Think about all the agent leads we get in every day. We use Ringy to go back and touch those agents that maybe never sent the contracting, maybe never sent the application. And think about this, it's about 80-20% split to where, let's say that big bucket of 1,000 consumers, or for us, 1,000 agents, for example, 20% of them, when they get the text, the email, the call, respond back and say, hey, I want to talk Tuesday at 2 p.m. Okay, so that's 200 new appointments, literally, if you have the bucket of 1,000. And use Agency Automate or CRM to fill that bucket because there's a big database built in. Okay, let's keep moving along. Ensure me now, I'm going to move fast here because I know we have a few more slides. We have 2 more presenters, so I want to go as fast as I can, but I want to make sure you're getting value. So again, write down notes. Okay, so lately we're seeing a lot of competitors, even some carriers trying to go direct to consumer. You know, Insure Me Now Direct, Sell While You Sleep. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I created the platform. Nobody had or has anything like this today. You need to know this. If you're partnering with a PNC or health agency, right? Maybe you're using this with their logo, or if you just want to use this on social media, maybe Facebook ads to drive traffic, you need to know there is not another complementary direct-to-consumer platform built for insurance agents where you're agent of record, where you get full commissions plus renewals on most products. Okay, just like as if you're face-to-face, where you're not competing with the company that's providing you the platform. We're not going direct to consumer. We don't sell. We built this for our agents. We said, hey, look at Amazon. Why can't we do something like this for insurance products? And we did. Okay. Today, we just launched Assurity Life, 4 new products I'm going to show you in a minute. Banner Life, Legal in General is now on board. We're in the programming phase now. We're going to be launching in 4 to 8 weeks. The biggest term insurance carrier in the world is going to be on Insure Me Now Direct. So this is a game changer. It's free for you, no commission reduction, no referral fee. You are the agent of record, full commission, just like as if you were face to face. Second time I said that. So get set up, call Beth anytime. We'll get you going. Guaranteed issue, all the above. Let's jump into the new features here by Assurity Life. Check this out. This is amazing. It's funny because I came to them about 8 years ago and I said, hey, check out what I'm building. They flew me to the home office and nothing ever happened. And then all of a sudden COVID hits about 2 years later. Bill, we want to be part of your platform. Why? Because all of a sudden this took off because everybody realized that, you know what? It's okay for a consumer to log on a website and buy a product, right? Things have changed. Consumers got comfortable. We have a shift going on. Okay, let's dive in. So Assurity just added 4 new products. We have term, accident, critical illness, disability, all come with free scholarship, all 100% direct to consumer, instant decision, okay, and offer return of premium riders on each product. This is what it's going to look like. So when you're a consumer, or you can do this with a client on the phone, it doesn't matter, but this is how you're going to see the lineup. This is a term example. So again, Hero, Surebridge, Banner, Gerber, Assurity, buckle up, Buttercup. It's time to get your quote. Let's keep moving. Andrew, next slide here real fast. These are the 4 new products. Check out these bullets, okay? 8, 9 years ago, I'll be the first to admit I didn't have the best products on here or carriers. It's okay though, right? Because we were the first and no one else even thought about this. They thought I was nuts and I had 3 heads, literally. Okay, now it's funny to see all the big players coming to the surface now: competitive term, disability, critical illness, and accident. In fact, no one gets denied coverage. Think about this. So let's say they apply for a term policy, 20-year term, $1 million, declined, right? Maybe they had MIB hits, driver's license issues, whatever it is, right? Now they're offered, hey, you were declined, you can get up to $350,000 of accidental death coverage. Click here. Boom, you're done. Just made a sale. So think about the marketing around this. It's endless. There is no cap, no ceiling. Take this as far as you can, okay? And it's up to you. How creative and scrappy do you need or want to get? Next up, Banner. Banner joining the platform. Come on. I mean, I don't even think I need any words. Now, when you talk about Insure Me Now Direct, a company like Banner, Legal in General America, okay, that itself is a game changer. And that's coming up in 4 to 8 weeks, official launch. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to do now is turn it over to our annuity and life marketer, RJ, who's going to jump into American National's presentation. RJ, you there, bud?
I am. Appreciate it, Bill. Thank you. Exciting stuff. I'll just jump right in here to keep us on schedule. So obviously American National, most of you producers that are familiar with the permanent life space are going to be familiar with American National. They just have made some further enhancements on their already great competitive products to allow you as agents to further critique these products and make them definitively fit your client's wants and needs. So first is the Signature Guaranteed Universal Life product, which of course has their guaranteed provision, adjustable guaranteed provision. They have now added that return of premium rider. So if you have a client that's maybe looking for an opt-out provision or a term alternative, this is even more of a great fit for those options. And of course, American National, as always, known for their living benefits provisions. In most states, they are going to carry all 3: critical, chronic, and terminal illness. For you IUL producers, or those producers that are looking to get a little bit more involved with IUL sales, obviously we have AG 49B looming, which is essentially the limitation on non-guaranteed bonus illustrated rates of return within our illustrations. So you don't have to worry about that with Anico anymore. So they have already adjusted their products to make them AG 49B compliant. So if you're concerned about meeting certain deadlines, or whether that's submission, whether that's illustration, whether that's placement, you don't have to worry about that with American National's IUL. And of course, they always carry a good competitive accumulation-based IUL product there. So we can move on to the next slide. So Banner came to the expo with a little bit of a different approach, and we always appreciate something a little different, and making our agents and us as marketers aware of a little bit of a different type of strategy, or maybe an underserved market within the insurance industry. And Legal and General Banner, they have designed a complete marketing effort towards women's insurance sales. So came across with some great stats here. With further education and women working longer in the workforce, there's just that additional need to drive more sales. And obviously by the numbers there, it is a underserved and underutilized market there for the insurance industry. A couple of marketing strategies to consider there. Women-owned businesses are obviously expanding. Supplemental employee provided usually isn't enough to keep up with salaries. We constantly talk to our producers about keeping up with those income multiples. That's important on the household side as well. So a lot of our insurers, a lot of our carriers, Legal and General and beyond, will insure stay-at-home moms for sometimes based on household income. So we can make sure that those stay-at-home moms are as well sufficiently covered. And here is Banner's campaign in a box, as they call it. This is a 4-part marketing campaign. You can utilize one of our CRM platforms or one of our marketing softwares to implement this, if that helps. But this is a drip campaign marketing for that specifically targeted women's target market for you. Next, we're going to get into a little bit of tax and IRA transfer. Now, when looking at tax compliance, we at Levinson always encourage our clients and agents to consult a tax professional. So they give a few examples here of a few different income brackets, breakdown based on inherited qualified IRAs. And in our next slide here, we're going to show you a little bit of a strategy in order to mitigate that tax. So one common way that we like to mitigate that tax compliance is by utilizing a qualified annuity vehicle to fund a life insurance vehicle. This can mitigate the tax compliance over a number of years, and can then utilize those now non-qualified funds to fund a life insurance vehicle that can then be used for legacy estate planning by the client. So that about wraps my end. If I could, I'll pass it back to Andrew.
That's great. RJ, thank you so much. And by the way, any information, obviously we don't have time to jump into each carrier. I mean, they were literally speaking for 20 to 40 minutes, but any of our marketers have all of the information, and you can reach out anytime. We'll make sure you're up to speed. Andrew is taking the wheel now. We have a couple more carriers, and then we'll get a bow on this. Andrew?
Thanks so much, Bill and RJ. Appreciate that. And I'll keep it brief. I know we got to stay on track, but Protective Life was there as well. They're one of our core carriers, been at the expo for many years. And Chris did a great job, our VP, of going over the unique value add that Protective brings to the table. And the one thing that we took away from his presentation was the fact that they have this Protective Custom Choice UL term. It's a term policy that's on a UL chassis. So it allows for certain flexibilities that you cannot get in a normal term policy. So for example, like in the screen in front of you here, we have an example of what that looks like. So this on a UL chassis, this is showing a 10-year term. After the 10-year term is over, most carriers will spike the premium like crazy high, which you can't afford, right? Well, what this carrier does is allow the consumer to pay the same premium and reduce the face value, and then it goes into a decreasing term. So it allows somebody to stay in that policy long term if they can't afford the conversion or whatever the case is. This is a really great way to provide value long term, right? So I'm going to show a few examples on this same term product. So if we go to the next slide, you'll notice here that this is a reduced pay, it's a stepped premium option. So what you can do is you can actually underfund the term. So let's say somebody has a 5-year need, like you're talking to a business owner, and there's no 5-year term out there anymore, but they have to buy a 10-year term. But what you can do with this product is you can actually underfund the premium for 5 years with no intention of keeping it beyond, and then the premium will spike after that in the 6th through 10th year, but they have no intention of paying the 6th-year premium, so you're left with a 5-year benefit, right? So that is really key when you're talking about this product. I thought that was a really unique feature. The last thing I'm going to talk about with Protective is let me just move on here. Okay, this is the last one, which is a 1035 exchange, which is very unique. No other term policy that I'm aware of allows a 1035 exchange. So in this example, we're putting in a lump sum of $9,750 that came from another policy, another permanent policy, and they were able to buy $750,000 death benefit. If you tried to do that on a GUL or an IUL, you're looking at least half of this, maybe less, in death benefit. And if the need for the death benefit is only 10 years, 15 or 20, whatever it is, this is a much more attractive option for that consumer. So just think about Protective when you want to get creative with term. This custom choice product will do that for you. Okay, moving on to the last carrier here, which is Allianz. This is one of our top IUL companies, and for a reason. They're one of the best in the business, uncapped accounts, 250% par rates. They have a 5% fixed account. They have so many different things, the rate locking. But what they discussed at the expo was something really great, which I find any advisor or agent should use. And it's like a napkin presentation or something that you can do in front of your client wherever you are. It could be at a restaurant. It could be at your kid's soccer game. It doesn't really matter where you are. You can use this strategy to uncover an IUL opportunity. So basically what Allianz is saying is you want to ask your client, what 8 things would they like to see out of their financial vehicle? If they could design the perfect product in fairy tale land, what would those 8 things be, right? And you ask them to write it down, number 1 through 8, in order of importance. And on the next screen here, I'm going to show you what those are. So here are the 8 things that a client would likely tell you, right? They want to grow. They don't want to lose their money. They want access to cash. They want flexibility, tax-free, right? They want to have long-term care or living benefits, and they want to leave a legacy. If they don't use the benefit, they want to be able to pass it on. All of that can be accomplished with an IUL, whereas other accumulation vehicles may not be able to do every single thing on this list. So that's a great way. It's a good door opener sales strategy to get into the IUL discussion. And on this last slide here, these are things you could talk about on those specific talking points, right? So if you're talking about grow, you ask them, what would you want to make sure your money does over time? Or if you don't want to lose it, what don't you want your money to do? Right? So these are open-ended questions to get the client thinking, right? You're basically backing your way in so they can't say no, right? This is what they're looking for. So Allianz did a great job. We have this material for you, which we will send out in our thank you email. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get it over to Bill to wrap us up here.
Perfect. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, so we are just about done, right on time. This is our second to last slide, and then I'll have our question of the day real fast. So if you want to learn more about Agency Automator on the life and or annuity side, every single Tuesday to Thursday. Kevin, our programmer, hosts these calls, obviously free, and they're open forums. So you can ask questions, hear other agents, Q&A. It's a great conversation and learning tool for Agency Automator. Just under that, so as you know, this is Expo Webinar Part 1. Part 2 is going to be next Thursday, same time, same place. You'll see an email go out for the invitation so you can register. And then just under that is the Bill Levinson Experience podcast, awesome training tool. And we have coming up in May, Hill Financial Group. This guy was amazing. I've known him for a while now. We met face to face at the Expo. He is awesome, lots and lots of nuggets. So he's going to be featured in the May edition. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And let's wrap up here with the last and final slide and our question of the day. Make sure you are paying attention. You have your little fingers on your keyboard because you got to answer first and correctly. But what I'm going to do first on the left-hand side is our Positive Tuesday quote. And this was Tuesday. It all starts with one idea, an action plan, and the willingness to do whatever it takes, right? No cap, no ceiling. You got to be relentless. I just gave you so many examples, including Big Jerry at 91 years old, still out there kicking butt, okay? You can do the same. No more excuses, dreams to reality, okay? It's how big do you want to make this? Literally, that's it, especially in our business. Okay, question of the day. Whoever answers first and correct wins. I mentioned on the first slide how many carriers and vendors we had at the Expo that co-sponsored the Levinson Annual Agent Expo. You tell me the number, how many carriers and vendors co-sponsored the Levinson Expo. Tell me the number, and you win a copy of the Relentless Tim Grover book and a set of Apple AirPods. Tell me the number, you win. Andrew, who was first, who was correct?
First correct answer is Clyde S. Clyde S.
Clyde F. Congrats. The answer was 16 total carriers and vendors. I want to thank all of you for listening today, learning today. I want to thank RJ, Andrew, Ashley, Carrie. Excellent work. And we'll see you again for the part 2 next Thursday, same time, same place. Thanks again, everyone. Take care.